Hello everyone, this is Tristan Dodson on the mic, Mike Nielsen on the camera. We're back at you again. This is the second game of 3 tonight. It's a men's Division 3 matchup between the Esquimalt Tritons in the white, navy blue, and kind of gold there, and the Vancouver Island Rock wearing the black, yellow, and red. Starting in goal for the Tritons is number 30, Alex Porter. And starting in goal for the Rock is number 31, Jackson Banman. I'm going to take this time real shortly before the ball drops to say thank you to Smartway Restoration Limited for sponsoring today's video. Thank you to them again for helping grow the great game of ball hockey. Off the draw, the Tritons win it back. Here's number 20. That was Moore down to Hebert. Hebert gets it and chips it in deep. Banman comes out of the net to play it. Here's Curvers. Oh, sorry. That was... Who was that behind? That was Curvers. Call gets there for a second. The ball is loose. Porter couldn't figure out where it was. It was in his pad. His defenseman helps him out, and he'll find it. Luckily for the Tritons, they'll swallow it up. Good quick play by the Vancouver Island Rock to try to get one quick here. It's the first shot on goal. 28 seconds in. Off the draw, one back there by number 15. That was Moore for the Tritons on a big draw win. Just pass up. Patchell gets it up to number 16, Hebert. Hebert takes a look. Curvers watching closely. Pass across to Moore. Just out of his reach. It's behind him on the play. To the point. Hurley in deep to Moore. Pardon me, down to Patchell. Try to pass in front, but Curvers gets in the way. Moore to Patchell. Patchell gets it picked off his stick by Borhat. Borhat chip pass up, goes through, but it's offside. As Campbell and Call were on a 2-on-0 with Dylan Moore, number 20, the defender, trying to get back. He was pretty fast there. He kind of got back. But regardless, it doesn't matter as it's blown dead for the offside. Face-off will be to the far side by the high glass here. Just outside the Esquimalt Triton zone. I think someone's helmet was a piece was broken there, so they're gonna have to fix that for the Tritons. Off the draw, it's one back by the Rock. Here's Curvers, pass up. Campbell, chip to the point. To the line, rather. Number 4 hustling after. Number 4 is Henschel. Campbell, Jared and Curvers. Curvers tries to play it to the point, but nobody's there. He thought Borhat was there, but he wasn't. He was on the other side, kind of towards the middle now. Banman plays it to Borhat. Tariq Borhat controls. He gets the line in neutral territory. He makes center and passes across. Great play to Curvers. Curvers tries to go back to Campbell, but it's picked up by number 7 there. Don't think he's on my roster. Let's see. Tritons. Oh, no, he is Matt Young. My apologies, the defender of the Tritons. I didn't see him here, but now I did. Sent all the way down. Borhat didn't get a piece of it. The Tritons thought it was icing, but Cull beats the attacker there. Here's Borhat. Controls, pass back, Cull. Cull hounded hard there by number 3, Johnson. No penalty call to let him go. Now there's a battle between Johnson and Cull. And they'll take Cull, but they won't take Johnson. I was looking down at my roster, so I didn't see the initial part of that scuffle, but I saw the end when referee Andrew Layden was there blowing the whistle and getting in the way. Just thought to pick up a fight there. It's going to be a roughing penalty for Cull. It'll be a napper power play for the Esquimalt Tritons. Score still 0-0. See if the Tritons can get on the board on with a power play goal here first. Water spilled in front of the penalty box by the Tritons bench, so it'll be take a second to clean that up. Lamont there wiping it up from off the court. And play will commence here. Off the draw, it's one back there by number 11 of the Rock. Number 11 was Gershman. Sent all the way down on the PK. Porter will come out to play it. Comes out of his net, plays that to his teammate on the wall, Johnson. Matt Johnson, number 3. Pass up, Matt Young. Matt Young gets the line and dumps it in deep. Copeland's hustling after it. Copeland's there first. Copeland gets hounded behind his own net by Young there. It's battle for it. Young drops his stick. Copeland picks it up, gets it to the middle, and fires it down. Porter will come out of his net again to play it up. He'll now play that up to Moore. Dylan Moore, number 20. Tries a pass. He fans on it. Kind of double clutches that. Now here's a chance. A shot. And a save by Porter. He looks behind him. I think he thought it squeaked through, but he had it in his armpit area there. Good save by Porter. Wasn't so confident he had it there, I don't believe, but he does. Big save for the Tritons, and play will continue. Face off deep in the Triton zone. Moore will take the draw against number 11, Zach Gershman. Moore wins it back defensively. He gets that to number 20. Number 20 slows it down behind his own net. That's Moore. Dylan Moore, pass up. Number 12, Hurley, pass up, try to get it to number 15, Moore, but kind of hits the defender's stick and stays in neutral territory. Goes back in by the Triton zone. Pass across. That was Hurley to Young. Matt Young back to the middle. Dylan Moore. Hurley. David Hurley gets the line, rips it in deep. Curvers try to hustle after, but he's not there in time. It's picked up by Patchell. Patchell to Moore. Moore has time to shoot, decides to play it down low instead. Here's Young. Shot from a sharp angle, just high. Saw some space above Bandman's shoulder there. Takes a look, but just a little too much oomph on that one. Too much lift. Good look for Young, though. Here's the Rock in the Triton zone with the ball. Pass across. Copeland shoots. Pad saved by Porter. It's picked up here. Number 20 Moore. Pass it up. Now it goes to Young. Matt Young to the middle. A shot by Patchell just wide. A rebound there for Moore, but he oversteps it and falls down. Here comes Lyon. Harrison Lyon gets his own. Shoots. Hits the post. What a chance for Lyon. Number 19, Max Gershman to the point. A shot. It's there. It's loose. Porter couldn't pick it up. It's in the crease. Stick save. Chipped to the corner by Porter. Now behind the net. Picked up. Number 19, Gershman again. Pass to the slot. What a chance. Max Gershman to Zach Gershman all alone, but just tops over the stick on his down low. Shot through, looking for a tip in front was Gershman. Max Gershman can't get it, but he'll pick up the ball, though, off the wall. Played it down low. Ethan DeRoy controls. Pass to the point. Caden Copeland takes a look. Watched closely by Patchell. Patchell gets a stick on it. Copeland slows down going back. Patchell makes him pay for that a bit. He'll hustle after it. Patchell still has possession. Backhand pass in front of the net. Nobody's home. Max Gershman tries to get the line. He doesn't. Great defense there by number 3 of the Tritons. Who's 3 again? Johnson. Johnson plays it behind his net to his teammate on the wall. That was Hurley. David Hurley tries to play it up. It's picked up by Curvers. It's a too many men penalty for the Rock, as both Jason and Jared Curvers go on the floor at the same time. Jason touches it, and then they'll have a conversation. Some laughs. That was probably one of the most blatant too many men penalties I've ever seen. He picks it up as they're going for a change. I think they had 7 guys on it initially, and then one guy hops off real quick. Regardless, it'll be a too many men penalty against Curver, so it'll be another power play for the Tritons here, sponsored by Napper. Face off deep in the Rock zone. Draws one back by Moore. Gets to the line. Here's Hurley. Hurley plays it in deep. It's picked up by number 16, Hebert. Hebert loses it to Curvers in some feet. Got a clear by Henschel. A shot. Hits the outside of the net. Jared Curvers tries to get his man to the boards. He gets his man to the boards, but can't pick up possession of the ball. Pass in front. A shot just wide. Pardon me. By a great shot from Moore. Now to the point. Dylan Moore. Pass across to Hurley. Hurley down low. Hebert shot blocked up in the air, stays in play. It's picked by David Hurley, number 12, behind the net. That's number 6, Patchell. Patchell controls, pass down low. Hurley tries a shot, hits the mask of Banman on a sharp angle play just outside the, just behind the net rather. Trying to keep it in with his glove, sliding across was Moore, but he can't get there. DeRoy will beat out. Sorry, it's a. DeRoy picks up the ball. It's going to be a trip against Ethan DeRoy on Ray Moore. The Rock are absolutely infuriated by that call. Heard the whole bench erupt with disgust, but regardless, Andrew Layden will make the call, and I tend to agree with that one. It's a good battle, but he got a little bit chippy at the end, put his stick between his guy's feet there. That was number 15 Moore, and trips him, takes him down. If you ask me, that was a good call. He called that all day. It'll be a 5-on-3 power play for the Tritons here for about 53 seconds. Then it'll be a 5-on-4 power play for about a minute, just over a minute after that. There's a shot. Loose rebounds there. The Tritons pick it up. Matt Patchell spins, shoots. Huge save by Banman. On a great look from Michael Patchell, but Banman says no. Stares him down, comes out big to challenge, and makes a big save for his team on a 2-man disadvantage. The opponents are on a 2-man power play here, 5-on-3. Off the draw. This one time the draw is won back by the Rock. The Rock get it, try to fire it down. It's kept in by Hurley. Hurley gets it across. Good effort by Hurley there. Dylan Moore shoots it, hits his own man in front. Battle for the ball. It was Hebert trying to slash at the stick of Curvers, but Curvers keeps the stick strong, spins behind his net and rips it down deep to kill some time off his team's penalties here. Here's Hurley. David Hurley controls. He slows it down. He gets the center line. Tries to play it in deep. It's the stick of Henschel gets in the way, though. Jared Curvers gets that neutral territory, just inside his own zone rather, and rips it in deep. 5-on-4 power play now. Curvers is out of the box for the too many men call. That was Dylan Moore to Ray Moore, or sorry, Dylan Moore to David Hurley. Hurley gets the line now, takes a look, plays it down low. Here's Patchell. It's in some feet, he shoots, and he scores. They wave it off. Did he get a glove on it? I think Banman saved that on the goal line. Oh my God. What a save. I thought that was in. Jackson Banman gets a glove on it right on the goal line. What a save. Absolute robbery by Jackson Banman there. Holy smokes. The Tritons couldn't believe it. I saw a guy look sky high right after that happened. I thought that was in for sure. Another guy on the left wing was celebrating. Shot from Hurley just wide. Here's Matt Young. Back down low to Ray Moore. Moore to the line to Johnson. Johnson controls. Pass across to Hurley. Hurley backhand feed to Patchell. Patchell fakes a shot. Pass across, a shot by Moore. He scores. Ray Moore gets a power play goal for the Esquimalt Tritons. And they lead 1-0. What a passing play. Napper power play goal for number 15 of the Tritons, Ray Moore. A great feed from Hurley. Just like that, the first goal of this game is scored. Just at about the halfway mark here of the first period of 2. Face off center court. Moore will take the draw for the Tritons against number 13 for the Rock. That's Gordon. Gordon wins it back in some feet. Here's Campbell picking it up. Jackson Campbell watched closely there by a Tritons defender. Gets to the point. Copeland fires. Glove save Porter. It was going wide, but still a good save just wide of his net to pick that up for no rebound. Snares it down. Flashes the leather. It's his best save of the game probably. Even though it was going wide, a rebound off that. That was a rocket, so it could have bounced off the boards and went right for a big rebound. Here's Jason Curvers. Plays it down low, trying to go to Campbell. It's out of his reach. It's picked up by Gordon, though, in some feet. Gordon again picks it up. Going to be a penalty coming to the Tritons for a hook. A pass in front of shot. They score. Delayed penalty call for a hook. Campbell gets it right in the slot and rips it. Top cheese. What a shot. Quick release. Absolute laser beam of a rip there by Jackson Campbell. What a play by Gordon to fight off the check of number 3 for the Tritons, Matt Johnson, who was hard on him for a long time. He was with him, but still, Adam Gordon didn't let him get the ball. It's now tied at 1. 6 shots on goal for both teams here. Shots tied at 6. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you. I'm going to take this quick moment to thank Smartway Restoration Limited for sponsoring today's game. Thank you to them for helping grow the great game of ball hockey. Shout out Smartway Restoration Limited. 8 minutes and 34 seconds left in the first period of 2. Score 1-1. Off the draw, it's one up by the Rock, but it's chipped right back in the air by the Tritons. Now here's Campbell. He gets his own, spins off a check. Pass across. Copeland had Gordon all alone, but it's a good block by Hurley playing back on defense here. Great positioning by David Hurley to block a possible tap-in. That's going to be icing, I believe, against the Tritons. Yes, it will. They didn't make centers. They had a little bank pass off the boards. Tritons can't change as Matt Young, number 7, tries to go off. Andrew Layden says, you cannot do that. Your team just iced it. Face off deep in the Triton zone. Gordon will be the center here. He'll take the draw offensively against Ray Moore defensively. Moore wins it back. Great win by the Tritons there. They're good on the face-off dot for sure. Their centers are quite dominant on the draw. Here's Campbell. Jackson Campbell takes a look. Pass in front. What a chance. Number 4 all alone. Who's number 4? Right, Tyson Henschel with a great chance on a great play from Campbell, but no icing. Let it go. Here's a chance for the Rock. Play up the wall. It's picked up by Jackson Campbell. He gets the zone. Watch closely by Hurley. Spun in deep. Hustling after that's Julian Cull. Cull beats Moore there. Here's Julian Cull, alternate captain of the Rock. Plays it back down low. Great play there by Tyson Henschel to spin past the check there of the Tritons player. Sent to the point. Jason Curvers controls. Slows it down. Pass to the middle to Cull. Cull down low. Campbell. Number 8 picks that up. That's Lyon. Lyon plays it back to Curvers. Now across to Copeland. Fakes a slap shot. Plays it in deep. Here's Campbell. He has a look. Try to get a lane. He doesn't have one. He makes one. He shoots just wide. Rebound off the high glass there behind the net. Almost picked up by Cull, but it's slowed down by the Tritons defender. That was Johnson. Pass across to Moore. Ray Moore controls. Play up. Great feed to the wall. Dylan Moore gets a stick on it, so no icing. Hustling after. It's Borhart, though. Borhart battling with Moore there. Dylan Moore still maintains possession. Passes the line. Good across to Ray Moore. Ray Moore takes a look. Shoots. Hits a body in front. It's Copeland. Goes just wide. Copeland battling on. Here's Patchell. A pass in front. Pass across. Looking to go from Hebert to Moore, but it's blocked down by the defender. Now here's Borhart. Borhart gets it himself. Chips it in. Chases his own rebound. Sees Cull and Lyon with support. Pass across. Cull fires it. Big save by the Tritons goaltender Porter. It's up in the air. Stays in play. Just not quite hitting the roof there. Here's Curvers. Jared Curvers to Julian Cull. Back to Jared Curvers behind the net. He takes a look. Try to feed it up to the middle. Right to number 11 of the Rock all alone. That was Zach Gershman. It's just in front of him and out of his reach. Here's a chance. It's given away. Borhart loses it to Patchell. A shot. Big save. Bandman rebounds there, but he can't pick it up. What a save by the Rock goaltender there. Playing deep. Here's Cull. Cull gets hustled for the ball by Moore there. Spun around. Try to play it to the point. Hebert picks it up. Spins it in deep. Gets it to Patchell. Michael Patchell. Pass across. It's blocked by the Rock player in the middle there. Great defensive play by Zach Gershman. Pass across. Here's Call, leaving it for Curvers. Back to Call, a shot, a big save by Porter there. Triton's goalie makes a huge one to keep this game tied at 1. Here's Call, pass across. Trying to go to Lyon, he oversteps the play. Lyon will get it back though. Harrison Lyon takes a look, he shoots. Shoulder save Porter. Just off his shoulder and just high. Here's Curvers. Cull, Julian Cull shoots, stick save by Porter. Hits the butt end of the twig there. Here's Cull again, watched by Matt Young. Cull gets it across. Try to feed it to Lyon, but it's behind him. Here's a chance for the Tritons to bring it out, and they do. Pass center, spun in deep. That was Hebert. Ryan Hebert gets the Patchel, who shoots just wide. Hurley there trying to pick it up. He'll keep it in. David Hurley spins off a check. Pass in front. It's blocked there by Curvers. Curvers loses it in his feet, but nobody else can pick that up. A pass up, looking to go to Cull. It's intercepted by Moore. Moore to Young. Young pass across, feeding that to Hebert. Hebert gets it on the wall. Hebert takes a look, shoots, save Bandman, rebound pops in front. It's picked up by Moore. Ray Moore controls. Shot from a sharp angle, big save Bandman. Couple late whacks by the Tritons, but I would say those are all right because the ball was kind of loose there for quite some time. Bandman does end up getting to cover it up. Borhat pushes one of the Tritons players away from Bandman to help out his goaltender as they poke at the glove area there in the high part of the crease. Score still tied 1-1. Face-off draw deep in the Rock zone. The Tritons trying to take a lead here. They're putting on some pretty good pressure here thus far. First game of the season, they played the Ducks. They lost 11-1. This so far is a much better game. Here's Lyon. Harrison Lyon, try to feed it in front, a shot. What a chance. It's big save, staring it down at Alex Porter. Borhat shot, pad save. Rebound cleared down by Moore. Picked up again. Hard on him is number 19, Max Gershman. Gershman stayed with his man. Play up. Max Gershman gets it again. What a effort by Gershman there. He controls, he takes a look. Tried a shot from a sharp angle, rebounds at the side of the net, it's poked free. Pass another chance, another save by Porter. Rebound loose in the crease, it's cleared out by Hurley. Hurley plays it up to Young. Young chips it past Borhat, but Curvers is there hard. Jared Curvers watched closely by Matt Young. Curvers spins past Young behind his own net. Jared Curvers, the Rock captain, gets the center line. Try to feed it up to number 11. Zach Gershman, but he wasn't ready for it, so it goes past his twig there. A play up. Keeping it in just at center is Gershman. He gets it to Borhat. Borhat controls. Good stick there by Dylan Young. Sorry, Dylan Moore there, my apologies. Here's Max Gershman. Try to pass in front. Looking to go to Lyon and it's blocked the first time. Second time, it's behind him on the play as he crashes the net. Here's Patchel. Michael Patchel, the Tritons, gets the line, chases after it. Debatable interference penalty there as Copeland puts his hands in the air as Moore totally standing up at the blue line without the ball. Andrew Layden wasn't looking there, he was looking in the zone, so play will continue. It's a bit of a missed penalty there if you ask me. Can't see everything though. Andrew Layden gets the pass on that one as he was trying to make sure it was inside on the line. Here's Max Gershman. Oh, sorry, that's Copeland, 69, not 19. Caden Copeland. Chip pass up in the air. It's gloved down by Hurley. Hurley, play up. Picking that up, Johnson. Play it to the line. Moore fakes a slap shot. Now pass across going to Hurley. David Hurley takes a look. Picks a shot. Glove save Bandman. A great look from David Hurley from just inside the center line. He rips an absolute cannon towards the Rock goaltender, and the Rock goaltender Bandman makes an even better save with the glove snaring it down. Face off deep in the Rock zone. Current score still 1-1, just over a minute left in this first period of 2. See if either team can get a late goal or if it'll stay 1-1 into the second frame. It's not over till it's over, folks. We'll see what can happen. Off the draw, the Tritons win it back. Hurley gets it to Patchel. Patchel fans on his pass attempt. The second chance is blocked by the stick of Copeland. There's Curvers making some great plays under pressure. Trying to clear it up, but they can't. Shot. Curvers to Copeland. Caden Copeland takes a look. Great pass up. Here's DeRoy. DeRoy pass across. Number 15 shoots. Big block by Hurley. Ethan DeRoy controls. Pass across. A shot from far out. Blocked in front by Hebert. Sent all the way down. Icing waved off. Curvers tries to get there. Curvers will play it up to Copeland. Copeland pass up to DeRoy. DeRoy brings it in, but it's out of his reach as he kind of double clutches that though. Clearing attempt. Kept in by DeRoy. What a play. Tritons play it back in deep though. Control it back in their own zone rather. Johnson to Moore. Moore now to Patchell. Patchell pass across. Young fires. It's in the crease. Curvers clears it out of harm's way. Great defensive play there by Jason Curvers. In some feet. Stick lifted there. Shot blocked by Curvers. Rebound hits the outside of the post on a sharp angle. And at the horn, that'll do it. First period ends deadlock tie, 1 apiece. Shots on goal 14-13 in favor of the Rock over the Tritons. We'll be back at you in about a minute with the second and final period of the second game of 3 tonight between the Rock and the Tritons. We'll be back momentarily. Thank you. Hello everyone, this is Tristan Dodds on the mic, Mike Nielsen on the camera, back at you again, the second and final period of the game 2 of 3 tonight. This is between the Vancouver Island Rock and the black and yellow, and the Esquimalt Tritons wearing the white and navy blue. Its current score 1-1. Face-off draw will be redone as a Rock player jumps in on the wing. That was call, I believe, that they call that. Campbell and Call were discussing who jumped the draw there, who it actually was that they redid it for. Andrew said it was call number 7. Here's Borhot to Henschel. Henschel plays it back to Curvers, the captain. Jared Curvers pass up. Gets to Campbell. It's knocked down with a high stick, but it's picked up by the Rock. A shot by Henschel. Good block in front. A shot. And it goes out of play. I thought Call it an empty net. I think he did, but I think it hits the blocker of the goaltender Porter and goes out of play. If he got a piece of that, that was an unreal save. $20 in, and the Rock already had about 3 chances to take back the lead, but they originally had 1-0. Off the draw. Here's Call. Call pass across. Campbell to Curvers, who shoots, and he scores. tic-tac-toe. And the Rock take back their lead. They lead 2-1 now. 31 seconds into period 2. They regained that lead they had in the beginning of the game. First it was 1-0, now it's 2-1. The Tritons, their second game of the season, they're the Ducks. They got slaughtered 11-1. This game is way closer. I'd argue, in some ways, the Rock is a better team. I'd say overall the Ducks are probably a better team, especially since they've had that chemistry. They play together a lot. But the Rock are no chumps. They're a great team. Borhat's clearing attempt out of play off the netting. Face-off will come deep in the Rock zone as it's clean out by the Rocks player, not deflected. Face-off deep in the Rock zone. Shots on goal now 17-3 in favor of the Rock. Face-off draw. One back by the Rock. It's up in the air. It's picked up by the Tritons. 16 Hebert. Gets it across. Shot just wide. Patchell's there to pick it up. Patchell puts it to the line. Hurley keeps it in. Great play by David Hurley. Backhand pass to Hebert. Hebert can't pick it up. Hebert's hounded there by Henschel as well as Borhat. He still maintains possession though. What a play by Hebert there. Ryan Hebert had two guys on him, still kept possession. Here's Zamora shot. Oh, what a save by Bandman. Larceny. Oh my God. What a stop. How did he get that one? I don't know. That was peak athleticism. He comes across with his pad and his glove and swallows it up. What a massive save for the Rock goaltender Bandman to keep his team with the 1-goal lead. What a great chance by the Tritons. There's a play up. Here's a chance. Here's Lyon. Lyon has the ball. Lyon tries to feed it to Gershman. Gershman couldn't pick it up, though. He wasn't ready for it. Here come the Tritons the other way. Number 15 plays it to the line to Young. Young, Moore shot tipped just wide by Hebert. Moore oversteps the play. Almost loses the ball, but he keeps it. Just barely as he spins back. Here's Hurley. Young shot fanned on. Here's Matt Young again. Shot hits the body in front. Trying to clear it down and out was Max Gershman, but he can't as Moore is hard on him. There's a chance for Moore. It's great stick lift by Curvers. Here come the Rock the other way. Here's Zach Gershman to Curvers. Curvers tries to feed it to Lyon on the back door, but it's just in the air, hops over his stick, couldn't quite get a piece of it. Pass across, the Rock go for a change. Here's Lyon. Lyon to Copeland. Copeland, slap shot. Chipped just wide by a great defensive stick by number 6 of the Tritons, Patchell. Pass up. Here's Young. Young feeds it across. Up in the air, it's knocked down. Backhand feed right back into the zone though. Just getting the zone line there is number 19, Max Gershman. He gets it to Zach Gershman. Now pass across the line, back to Gershman, intercepted by Moore. Here comes the Tritons. Dylan Moore. Pass across to Patchell. Michael Patchell. Gets it to Matt Young. He has a chance to shoot it. He'll shoot. Blocker save. It stays just in play off the high glass. Here's Young again. In front chip. Save Bandman. It's loose for a second, but Jason Curvers will get in the way and help out his goaltender Bandman to swallow that up. Good look. Last game against the Ducks, Matt Young, number 7, the defender, had a couple great chances to rip it on net, and he elected to pass every single time. Now I see him taking a lot more chances to rip it on net. I love to see it. I heard his teammates on the bench telling him to fire it too, so Young's got a cannon. Chip in deep by Hurley off the draw win by Moore. Ray Moore wins that draw. Here's Patchell. Patchell shoots, toe saved by Banman. Rebound, try to keep it in where the Tritons, but they couldn't. Now it pops out. Offside, so Patchell has to check up. So does Young. Jason Curvers. Here's DeRoy. DeRoy tries to play it off the high glass, but he rips it straight out. So face-off will pop just outside the Triton zone in neutral territory. Good look for DeRoy, right idea, but a little bit too much height on that chip in deep, and it goes out of play. Ray Moore takes the draw on neutral territory for the Tritons against DeRoy. Moore wins it back. Good draw win by Ray Moore, the centerman. Pass up, trying to get it past, but it's Gordon that's in the way. Young tries to play it behind him, but it's off his own foot. Here's DeRoy. DeRoy chips it past Hurley and hustles after his own play. Play to the line. Number 15 gets to Copeland. Who's number 15? 15's Hammond. Copeland picks it up, tries a shot. It's blocked by the stick of Johnson, the defender here. Here's Trey Hammond. Hammond try to feed it to Copeland. Great play by Young. Young chips it in deep. He hustles after it. Great hustle by Young there on a long shift too. He had some gas left in the tank. Great play by Matt Young, number 7. Here's Hammond, played to the line. Campbell shoots, tipped and hits the stick of Porter, the Tritons goalie, and goes wide. What a stick save by Alex Porter there, and some feet. Battle for it. Hebert picks it up. Hebert plays it down, comes out of the zone. There to pick it up is Jason Curvers. Curvers to Copeland. Copeland, great pass up to Banman. Sorry, that's Campbell. My apologies, Banman's their goaltender. Got a little bit confused there. Here's Call. Copeland. Copeland takes a look, fires it, tipped in front by Hammond, but it goes wide. I think the pad of Porter kind of was in the way there as well. Here's Ryan Hebert. Hebert gets his own. It's knocked off his stick by Copeland. Copeland lifts it high up in the air. It's picked up by Dylan Moore. Dylan Moore plays it up. It's to Ray Moore. Ray Moore feeds it to Patchell. Patchell fakes a shot, spins past Curvers. Shot on goal, rebound there for a moment as Ray Moore crashes the crease. Copeland and Jason Curvers were there to help their goaltender out and allow him to swallow that up. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate you. I'm going to take this moment of before the face-off draw to say thank you to Smartway Restorations Limited for sponsoring this video. Thank you to them for helping grow the great game of ball hockey. Off the draw, it's won back defensively by the Rock. The captain of the Rock, Jared Curvers, feeds it to Jackson Campbell. Campbell tries a lift past to Henschel, but it's knocked down by Moore. Dylan Moore gets it to Ray Moore. Ray Moore chips it past Campbell, hustling after his own play. Curvers there to intercept. Great play. Curvers to Jackson Campbell. Jackson Campbell gets the line. Johnson's hustling after him on defense. Great stick by Matt Johnson on the back check there. Here's Patchell. Patchell play up. Hebert play up to Moore. Sends some feet. Ray Moore spins it around, trying to go feed it back to Hebert. There to pick it up though is Tariq Borhats. Borhat gets it to Curvers. Jared Curvers pass up, gets it to Cull. Julian Cull gets the line. Back on defense against him is Dylan Moore there. He gets a good stick on the play there. Here's a chance to Zach Gershman's shot just wide. Looking for the far side. Matt Young picks it up. Then it's knocked off his stick by Henschel. Tyson Henschel play up. Can't pick it up though as the Rock. It was Gershman almost getting that, but it's picked off his stick by Hebert. Hebert plays it in deep for Patchell. Patchell gets it past Borhat. Now a chance in front, a shot, he scores! Borhat slows down on defense and makes a error there. He was too calm playing back behind his own net, and it's popped home by Patchell. And this game is tied at 2. The Tritons, by the first period of their first game, were probably down 6-0 or so against the Ducks. Now they're playing the Rock, and they just tied it up. Much better game. They're playing a much better game than they did in the first one here, so of the 2026. Forgot what year it was. spring-summer season. Game 1 was pretty rough for them. At least they got one, I guess. But Game 2 seems to be doing pretty well for them. There's a great play. Young looking want a penalty. Curvers knocks him down. Jared Curvers, the captain, great play. Spins it back to Gershman. Here's Zach Gershman. Gershman watched closely by Hurley. Gershman still controls the ball, plays it in deep. Tritons pick it up in their own zone. That's Hebert to Hurley. Hurley hounded hard there by Zach Gershman. Hurley spins it around his own net to Dylan Moore. Moore loses possession of it, gets it back, leaves it for his team on the wall. That was Raymore. Sorry, that was Hebert to Raymore. Raymore gets center, chips it on net. Bamman plays it to Curvers. Jared Curvers, the Rock captain, takes a look. Great pass up right to Lyon. Harrison Lyon takes a look. Backhand pass. Here's a shot. Just wide, stays in just in play off the high glass. Doesn't hit the netting. Play will commence. Here's Gershman, a great play. Great defensive positioning by number 12 there, the Tritons. A shot from a sharp angle. Porter makes the save and then comes out of his crease for the rebound as well. David Hurley, number 12, a great play. To stay on the left side there and keep the Rock player out of harm's way. Keep him to the outside. If he can't get a lane to shoot at the net, he can't score. Or most times he can't. Sometimes guys can find a sneaky little shot from far out, but not as often as if you give him the middle to shoot at. Here's a chance. Here's Lyon off the draw. Shot. Big save by Porter. The rebound's there. Max Gershman was right in front of Porter there in front of the net just in case it squeaks free, but Porter will swallow it up. Helping him out there on defense was number 20, Moore. Face off deep in the Triton zone. Tied at 2 here. Just under 9 minutes left in this game. We'll see if we can get a second overtime of the day. 2 games. Shot. Rebound. What a save by Porter. Robbery. Flashes of leather with a huge glove save. Denies Max Gershman, who's all alone with a backhand with half the net empty. Comes across and pulls his arm out and snares it. What a save by Porter for the Tritons. Keeping this game that they just recently tied. Deadlocked, tied at 2. Big save for the Tritons here. Here's a chance. Off the draw, they win it in their own zone. Here's Hurley. Moore, Dylan Moore, Raymore, Ryan Hebert. Hebert hounded by Lyon. Hebert maintains possession though. Gets a play up. Moore tries to pass in. He gets the line. Curvers is hard on him though. As a play in deep, they get the zone. Here's Patchell. Patchell in front of shot and they score. What a play by the Tritons. What a great play to Hebert all alone by himself on an unreal pass by Patchell there. And the Tritons take their first lead of this game, rather. My apologies. It's now 3-2 with just over 8 minutes left. The Vancouver Island Rock. Usually don't see them down like this. The Tritons came back into the VIBHL after, I believe, 4 seasons of being absent. First game, it looked like they might have not have a good enough roster to compete, but this game is completely different. So I guess the Ducks maybe just got lucky, either that or they had a bad game. Shot on goal, swallowed up by Porter. Face-off will go deep in the Triton zone after that big save by the Tritons goaltender. Face-off deep in the Triton zone. They win it back again. Here's Hurley. Play up. Moore. To Moore. Dylan to Ray. Pass off the high glass to Young. Young plays it up to Patchell. Patchell tries to get the zone, but it's knocked off his stick by Copeland. Great play by Caden Copeland there. Here's David Hurley. Hurley spins it across. Ray Moore. Dylan Moore played it back to the D there. Dylan Moore. Hurley. Patchell. Michael Patchell tries to bring it in. He has a backhand shot. It goes wide. Copeland gets beat to the net, but he stays with him. Here's Hammond. To Copeland. Copeland controls. Copeland play up. Trying to go to his teammate on the wall, number 13, but he can't pick it up. It's blocked down by Dylan Moore there. Number 13 was Adam Gordon of the Rock there. So pass up. Hurley will pick that up. He'll play it in. It's kept in by Hammond. Trey Hammond will have an injury going to Hurley. He's down, grabbing his arm. Gordon and him are in a battle. A stick hits him in the eye, I think, maybe. He's grabbing his head. Thought it was a shoulder injury, but then I see him grabbing his head. Maybe he hits his head on the ground here. David Hurley, the defenseman, went down hard. I think he'll be all right, though. Good sportsmanship by the Rock to make sure he's all right and then give him some taps. We'll see if he'll be back. Right now, it's looking like he's going to need a bit. Might have to call it quits for the rest of this game, but we will see. You know, hockey players, a lot of them play through pretty bad injuries, so wouldn't be surprised if we see him make a comeback at the end part of this game, in the second and final period. Face-off draw deep in the Tritons' end. The Colorado Avalanche just scored again. Mike Nielsen at his phone streaming the playoff game here, the LA Kings versus the Colorado Avalanche. They just scored their 4th goal. Pass in front, loose, calls all alone for a moment, but he's stopped there by Johnson. A great defensive pressure there by Matt Johnson, the Tritons. Here's Curvers, Campbell, back to Curvers. Trying to go back to Cull. It's knocked down by Johnson. It's try to pick it up was Young. He can. It's knocked back in by Henschel. Johnson tries to play it back. Pass in front looking for Cull. Here's Borhat. Borhat to Henschel. Henschel pass across back to Tariq Borhat. Borhat controls, takes a look. Just plays it back to Tyson Henschel. Henschel in deep to Campbell. Jackson Campbell controls, watched closely by Moore. Pass across, here's Cull. Cull fakes a shot. Pass back across to Campbell. Back to Cull, a shot off the side of the net. Good look by Julian Cull there, the alternate captain of the Vancouver Island Rock. Here's a chance for Patchell now. Patchell spinning up. Henschel knocks it down. Patchell still maintains possession though. Matt Young's too tired to chase after the ball there, so Henschel will get some time to slow it down in his own zone. Tyson Henschel, Jackson Campbell kicks it to his stick, brings it up, gets the zone. Hustling after him is Ryan Hebert there, but Campbell still keeps possession. Jackson Campbell takes a look, pass down low, a pass to Cull, he shoots, what a save by Porter. Got a glove on it from an awkward angle, kind of handcuffed himself, but still got it. It's going to be icing going against the Tritons. Face off deep in the Triton zone as they ice it. Game 3 between the Colorado Avalanche and Kings. 58 seconds left, but the Kings pulled their goalie. Colorado's up 4-2. The Avalanche might be taking a 3-0 series lead here. If that's the case, I don't think LA is going to make a comeback on that one. But you never know. It's best of 7, you got to win 4. I don't really foresee the reverse sweep though, especially for the Kings. They're not the best team ever, let's just say that much. They were better years ago. The Rock slow it down as Young had a chance. Curvers, Lyon, it's knocked off his stick. Lyon will regain possession though. Harrison Lyon plays it up, almost gets it past, but Johnson will keep a stick on it and spin it off. Zach Gershman watching Johnson closely. Gershman gets it off Johnson's stick, but there to help him out was Moore. Dylan Moore gets it in deep. It's picked up by the Rock. Tariq Borhat to Copeland. Caden Copeland off the boards trying to go to Henschel. So that's Lyon, not Henschel, my apologies. Gets past Lyon though. And played in by Dylan Moore. Pass up in the air. Trying to feed it. Here's Hebert. Hebert backhand shot, big save by Bandman, rebounds there, but it's swept behind the net by Jason Curvers. Alternate captain of the Rock here. Him and Collar, the alternate captains. Pass up, in some feet, great pass by Copeland to Gershman. Zach Gershman takes a look, has it, but again, Dylan Moore on defense with a great positional play there and uses the stick to kind of poke check at it there. Here's Patchell's shot, deflected off the stick of Jason Curvers and out of play. Face-off will go deep into the Rock zone. Face-off deep in the Rock zone after that good stick by Jason Curvers to chip it into the netting and stop a potential goal. His goaltender might have had anyways, but good to get in the lane and chip it out of harm's way if you have to. Chip pass up in the air. Goes right to Hurley. Hurley gets hustled hard by Ethan DeRoy there. He gives it away now. Pass in front, hits a body. Picked up by Hammond. Hammond tries to shoot it, but he oversteps it. Another chance for Hammond. He shoots. Rebound goes off the back of the net. Goes right on the edge of on the side of the net there and is picked up by the Rock. Here's Gordon. Gordon tries to play it in deep, but it's knocked off his stick by Moore. Dylan Moore pass up to Matt Young. Young couldn't quite pick it up, but now he can. Young plays it in deep to Patchell, but Patchell is not there in time. Here's Hammond. Hammond. DeRoy. Gordon. Gordon to DeRoy up in the air. Again, another chance. What a stick by Hurley defensively. Huge play. Good chance by the Rock. A better defensive effort by Hurley there, who was hurt moments ago. He did come back very quickly after that slight injury he received. I could foresee that coming. Hockey players are tough here. He gets drilled and keeps playing after missing about one shift. On net, it's sticked up in the air to the glove by Porter and swallowed up. The Tritons lead this game 3-2. The Rock are thinking about pulling Bandman, and they'll tell him to wait. Not sure if he's going to come off or not. Curvers, the captains, tell him to wait a second, but to come off if they keep the possession, I believe, off the draw. Face-off will come out. Or no, it's a timeout called by the Tritons, I believe. One of the teams called a timeout. I would assume the Rock did, but it looked like the Tritons were trying to get a timeout. Regardless, a timeout will be called. We'll be back at you in 30 seconds after both teams go to the drawing board and try to cook this up. The Tritons trying to stay up a goal with just over 2 minutes left, and the Rock trying to tie it up, maybe pull their goalie. We'll be back momentarily. Timeout's expired here. We'll have a face-off deep in the Triton zone. Bandman's a little bit out of his crease so he can come off quicker if need be. So I think his team wants him to be back just in case they lose the draw. But pull him. They're going to pull him if they win it. Or rather, he'll kind of pull himself. Depending on the outcome of this face-off draw, it's very important the Rock win this. Curvers on the draw against Ray Moore, who's been rock solid. Moore wins it back. Trying to clear the zone. They can't, though. A shot wide, rebound picked up by the goaltender of the Tritons, Porter, as Bandman goes to the bench. He was hesitant for a second as Borhat almost loses possession, but he'll take a second and go off. It's now a 6-on-5 man advantage with the goalie pulled for the Vancouver Island Rock. 1 minute and 47 seconds left in this game. The Rock need a goal to send it to OT. We'll see if they can do it. Off the draw, Moore against Curvers. Curvers wins it clean this time, back offensively. Here's Borhat. Tariq Borhat, pass across to Henschel. Tries to kick it to his stick, but he loses it. Gets it back to center to Borhat. Campbell, Borhat, Henschel. Across the curver is a shot, call a shot, and it's saved by Porter. Dylan Moore pushes Gershman off the play as he was in front of his goal. He clears the net front to make sure his 10D has the ball fully covered. Another important face-off here. Minute and 25 left in the game. Curvers takes it offensively against Moore once again. This time Moore wins it back again, up in the air. There's going to be a penalty upcoming to the Rock, I believe. It's going to be a body contact penalty to Curvers behind the play. With a minute and 20 seconds left, Andrew Layden calls a very, very game-changing penalty against the Rock. The captain, Jared Curvers, goes to the box for 2 minutes the rest of this game. And they'll be forced to put Bandman back in the net. That's an unfortunate break for the Rock. I didn't see the play there. I was watching the ball. I was kind of more towards neutral territory where it happened, I believe. I was kind of watching down the corner of the left side on the Triton zone. The chance of a comeback is still possible, but very... Gershman wanted Jackson Campbell to take the draw, but the refs say he took too long to decide, so Gershman will have to do it. Gershman wins it back. Chipped up in the air. Here's a chance for Cull, shorthanded. Hustling after it. Icing waved off as Julian Cull burns up, makes a huge play. Here's a chance for Copeland. Keaton Copeland shoots. Save, rebound, kind of hits the... They'll pull their goalie on a shorthanded here. There's a chance up. Hustle after it. Last minute of play. Patchell got drilled by the shot off the ankle. He's down. 50 seconds. Borhat plays it in deep. Julian Cull hustling after it. Play up, kept in by Copeland. Copeland, pass across. Played in deep there by Lyon to Cull. Cull takes a look, has Lyon. Lyon fires, what a block in front by Ray Moore, good stick. Trying to clear it down and out, but it's kept in by Caden Copeland. 25 seconds left. Rock running out of time to tie it up here. Copeland oversteps his own play, but he picks it back up. Shot tipped just wide by Lyon. What a chance. 15 seconds. Copeland fires, trying to look for another tip for Borhat. Tries to play it in deep, but it's given away. Here's Copeland. It's a shot for Borhat. Let the horn. Tip to the corner, and another chance at the line. Save from a sharp angle. The Esquimalt Tritons hold on for a huge win. They're 1-1 now in the season, first 2 games. First game they lost 11-1. This game, they play a really well-rounded game, and then they keep the lead with their 3rd goal and win this game 3-2. Not with a lack of effort for the Rock to try to get it back, but that effort falls short. So the Tritons will win this game. Thank you for tuning in for this game. Sponsored by Smartway Restoration Limited. This is a men's Div 3 matchup between the Rock and the Tritons. The Esquimalt Tritons take this game 3-2 against their opponents, the Vancouver Island Rock. And we'll see you in the 3rd and final game between the Giraffes and Silvertips momentarily. Thank you for tuning in.